to Crew Conversations, where softness speaks, stories matters, and healing has a mic. Now look, I was on a little break, and not one that was intentional. To be honest, I just had not felt like myself. Just was a little bit uninspired, so I didn't plan on taking a break. I didn't announce it. I just stopped showing up. And that was part of the plan. The plan and the attack of the enemy. Anytime you are walking in purpose and doing things that you are set to do, hey, he's going to find a way to stop you. And so let me know if you've ever been there doing what you know you were purposed to do, and then some kind of way the enemy sneaks in and tells you something like, we're sad. I could laugh at it now. And when I heard it so clearly this day, I said, you know what? You got to get up out of here. I have served you notice and you got to get out of here. So I'm back. I have on some comfy pajamas. I have on a fragrance. I've taken my shower. I have on my Trader Joe's Brazil nut body oil because in my shower I used the body scrub and it's so good. That's off topic. But and my fragrance for tonight is Marc Jacobs honey. Of course, I have my pretty glass and it says to sparkle is just a reminder to sparkle. Um I have not really been feeling good. I think my anxiety is on 1,000 and my blood pressure has been spiking. So this is really just some lemonade with pineapple juice. But of course, we're still gonna put it in a pretty glass. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I had to just pause and let the silence just have its way so that I can get back to me. Okay. And it was like, um, if you've seen the episode before this one with my son, and that one did really well, and a lot of responses from it, and people really really enjoyed our conversation. And so I was coming off of a high on my son surprising me and us doing our episode. So why was I sad? Nothing happened, nothing changed. I have no idea. Like I said, the enemy walks in one day and say, "We sad," and I just sat down. Girl, you have to be careful. You have to be careful. You have to be on your ones and twos when you know, dealing with something like this because you will start to believe it. You will believe the voice telling you that you're sad, or it could be, you're not pretty enough, or you're not enough of whatever it is. So I had to, say you got to go. Um, Sometimes when I say I didn't feel like myself, it's not depression. It just was a pause. That's what we're gonna say, a pause to gather myself and say, hey girl, we're not even gonna allow something to seep in. But what I noticed was it was small little changes that I wasn't even paying attention. Like I would get sleep a little longer and then I'm rushed. I didn't make my coffee. I wasn't inspired to pick a fragrance and share. Um, and I was like, what is going on? When I really knew something was not right, I got to work and I didn't have earrings on. I didn't have lipstick. And I said, this is not, this ain't it. So what I had to do was have a whole conversation and say, we are not sad. And sadness, the enemy, depression, whatever you want to call it, you have been served notice. You have got to go. So what I started to do is do the things that made me happy. I made girl dinner sometimes. My friends know what girl dinner is. Sometimes it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Um, I did cook, um, and I sat and I enjoyed my dinner. That brought me joy. I bought me some new flowers. That brought me joy. I decided to get up and intentionally start with the word, have my coffee. I have been dealing with my anxiety being so out of control. Just my blood pressure has been spiking. I don't even know why. Like I said, there is nothing wrong that they could tell me. I had tests done. Nothing is wrong. I don't know. It's an attack. But guess what? You won't win. I have gotten to this point in life with many attacks, and you still have not won. So I'm to the point where I expect it. And so that's why I got to have my armor on all the time. I, is it Marvin Sapp? Praise in advance. I feel like you got to have some praise put up somewhere. So when you down low, you got to pull them on out. You got to pull them on out. So I started to do the things that made me feel like myself. I got up. I studied the word. I prayed. I made my coffee. I did a little makeup. I picked out a fragrance. I got dressed. When I noticed I would just get up and put something on and go on into work. And it started to affect how I feel at work because when I look good, I feel good. So I was like, you know what? We got to get it together, so we got to get it together. Okay, so now I want to go over a few ways that I got back to being me, back to myself, back to feeling good. So, anytime you hear the voice of depression, the enemy, sadness, down, whatever you want to call it, anytime you hear the voice, the danger in agreeing with this voice is it makes it permanent. So, anytime you agree, the enemy tell you, "Oh, we're sad," and you just, "Yeah, I am sad." That's the danger is agreeing with it. So we have to be like, you know what? You are a liar. I'm not sad. I'm not down or depressed. Even if I am, I'm not agreeing with you because we on our way up, right? Right. The second way is you have to learn the difference between what I feel and what's real. This has been a hard lesson for me in life in general because what I feel and what I know to be true are totally different. It's like, I'll give you an example of somebody telling you they love you. You feel all warm and fuzzy because they told you they love you. But what they showed you is something else. So you have to learn the difference between what you know to be true and how you feel. That is a hard truth. So, I've learned the next one is I learned is when I don't feel it, I don't fake it. I don't put on or act happy. I just pause and take time to get back to where I need to be. I don't have time to be fake and come on here happy. I can't. The only reason why I'm here today is because I feel like myself. Prior to this, I just couldn't. I just could not start it, and then I just couldn't. So, fighting back softly, one thing at a time, going back to whatever feel good things you do. Like I said, when I wasn't feeling like myself or just down for no real reason, I wasn't making my coffee in the morning. Um, I had started back walking. I lost interest in that. I wasn't even picking a fragrance. I got to work and didn't even have perfume on. Somebody should have took me to the ER. I don't know what was going on, but I'm feeling much better. Like I said, my blood pressure was, excuse me, was spiking, and I went to the doctor, and they could tell me why it was spiking, but she could tell me that they could raise up my blood pressure medication. That is a lie. Tell me how to feel better or what to do to eliminate medication. I don't. I'm gonna get on another tangent. Okay, next. Faith in the fall. When faith feels far, but it still flickers inside of you. So, like, that means you got to tap into the higher power. Some battles you can't fight on your own. You got to be like, God, I can't get back to me by myself. I need you to reach down and pull me up. That's a real one. So, remembering God is not measuring your mood. He's keeping your breath. Like he ain't with you just because you good or just because you say he's omnipresent, always there. Tap into whatever you need for him to do. And then you have to, realize, like I said, God is there. Even when it feels like you're alone and people have proven that you are, you're not alone. It's the difference in having depression and being depression. You can be sad, but I'm not going to stay sad. You can be there in a moment. And that's one of the lessons that even my son asked me, how do I keep going? I allow myself to pause and to feel and all of the things. I just won't stay there. Devil, you can have this moment and take this little piece of happiness away from me, but you won't steal my joy. And that's where I live. That's the hill I'm gonna die on. I am not what I feel. I am just the one who feels it. You're allowed to feel what you need to feel. And sometimes, some feelings, sad feelings, bad feelings, mad feelings, anger, rage, all of that can be motivation to take you to the next level. So you're allowed to feel things. Just don't stay there. Okay. And then the small comebacks, you know, um, the day I got up and made me some coffee and sat and enjoyed it. The day I, decided, oh, let me pick a fragrance. And if you know what my fragrance is that gives me a hug, let me know. The day I got dressed up. One day, I don't even know what I wore, but my director at work was like, "Where you going after work?" And I was like, "Nowhere. Why?" She was like, "Oh, you so dressed up." I didn't even feel dressed up, but I felt better. hmm Saying I'm not okay is still strength. I do have people that I can call and say, I'm just not feeling it. I don't feel good. And, I did have a funny story when I called and told my friend, like, the enemy was like, girl, we sad. And I was like, you is a liar. We are not sad. So, it's okay to let somebody know what you're dealing with and where you are. Community is important. So having somebody that is your safe space to be able to say, hey, I'm just not feeling it, check on me. Um, my friends know we'll send a quick voice note like, I'm just not feeling good. Please pray for me. You don't even have to have details or anything. When you have a good community, a good group of people who love you, they just gonna pray. They just gonna meet you at your low place and get you up. Okay. I'm so thankful. Naming the darkness doesn't mean you're defeated. It means you can see clearly enough to fight it. And the enemy, depression, they hate when you know what you're fighting against. I'm fighting you, enemy. I'm fighting you. And you won't win. You won't win. So joy doesn't always sound like laughter. Sometimes it's silence. Sometimes it's fighting back. Joy whispered louder than sadness ever screamed over here, because I won't allow myself to stay at a low place. I have been in some very low places in my life. And in those places, I didn't look like it. And nobody even knew. And once I tell the story, they're like, say what now? When was this exactly? You can't always see it. That's why you gotta have somebody that knows where that low place is for you or what it is. It could be something that you no longer enjoy or do, and a friend notices that. For me, it was only the Lord. I promise you, nobody knew. I'm so thankful. So, we're going to talk about your proof, your evidence that the sadness is not winning. When you got up and you prayed, and you got up and you took a shower and rinsed off the sadness, and you got your day started, the sun shining so bright, you showed up, you reached out, you exercised, like I said, you may have cooked, or you may have taken yourself out to dinner. Proof that sadness doesn't get the final say, you do. So, with me, I could not even tell you what was wrong. I just was allowing the voice of the enemy to come in and sit down with me and say, hey, girl, clear as day, we're sad. And I said that we are not. We are not. So, another story, I just went to go see Christopher Maurice Brown on Saturday. So, I'm on a high. And this is when I know that, I'm seriously under attack and you won't win. I went to go see Christopher Maurice Brown Saturday. Had the time of my life Saturday. You hear me? Got home, set my alarm for church service, overslept. I go to the 8 o'clock service. I woke up, it was 8:17. I don't like to be late for church. I don't like to be late for church because I feel like it's disrespectful, and I'll enjoy the whole service. The announcements, praise and worship. I need a praise and worship. Anyway, so I was like, dang, here come the enemy. You don't have to go to church. You go all the time. I'm telling you, clear as day. This is what I'm hearing. Clear as day. You go to church all the time. You can miss church. You're tired from the Chris Brown concert. What does that have to do with anything? We have a 10 o'clock service. So I tried on this new dress I bought that I am in love with. It didn't look cute at all. I took it off and laid down. The enemy said again, you go to church all the time. You don't have to go. So I was like, yep, I'll watch it online, knowing I don't like online service. I said, nope, this ain't gonna work. This is not gonna work. So I got up, I put something on, and I got to church about 9:45, right before 10 o'clock service. When I tell you the message was for me, and we always say the message was for me, but it was talking about you can have it all. And see what I'm saying? He trying to he trying to make me not have nothing. I know this is probably all over the place, but I just wanted to say I'm back and where I been and how I felt, because I know y'all care about me because I care about y'all. But I want to encourage you that if you're not feeling good, you're not feeling like yourself, and or you just having a hard time, reach out to somebody, send a message to me. I'm gonna get a word to you. I'm gonna have something to encourage you, especially this time of year. It's already, A lot of people deal with seasonal depression. It's the holidays. People have had loss and are navigating that. So, and I know, I work with a lot of grief and stuff like that. So I know the enemy don't want me to be connected to anybody that I can encourage. So you trying to pull me down already, but it won't work. It won't work. I'm so thankful. Mm, 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 mm. I won't shout. I won't shout. I may include the video of me talking to the enemy. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So anyway, this was just like a reintroduction because I'm back. This is Crew Conversations. I'm drinking my little juice like it's a wine, and I am really feeling so good today. So good. I enjoyed my shower. I had girl dinner. Of course, it was some tuna, a little cheese. What else did I have? Some olives and some lemonade. It's girl dinner. And so yeah, I'm gonna insert that. I love y'all big. Um, if you need me, call me. Bye. Good morning. So, for the last probably almost 2 weeks, I really haven't been motivated or encouraged to like do stuff in the morning how I usually do it. Make my coffee, pick out a fragrance, do me a little TikTok or something. I really haven't been encouraged to do any of that. And so I was like, well, this morning I'm gonna get up, have my coffee, and ain't gonna lie, I haven't felt like myself, kind of been a little down. So I was like, I'm gonna get up, make my coffee. I have not made coffee. That's how I haven't felt like myself. I haven't showed you. I have not even made coffee. I haven't felt good. My blood pressure been too high. Just all of the things, right? So I said, now today I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna make me some coffee. I'm gonna pick out me a fragrance. The other day I walked out the door, no perfume, no earrings. Baby, I should have went straight to the ER. Really, my blood pressure was that high, but I didn't put no perfume on, and I have no earrings on. I ain't even had no lipstick on. Baby, I should have went to the ER. Okay. I'm just saying I should have. I know I should have. But today, got me some coffee. But the most important thing is I'm feeling my groove. The enemy said, we sad. We ain't sad. That's how I said it. That's how you have to talk to the devil. That's how you have to let him know that you can't live here. I'm about to shout. Oh, God. I don't know who that's for. But you better let him know you can't live here. You can't live here. In the name of Jesus, you got to get up out of here. Oh, God. You got to get up out of here. Woo. I can't be sad. I cannot be sad. I got plenty of reasons to celebrate.